Yo, brother, it's time for us to start talking the real, man. We've been sugarcoating too much. We've got to start calling everything out for what it is.
Hey guys, I'm here with my Monster Pro to do another upgrade, and today I'm going to be installing these bumpers from Clark Pads. And thanks again, Chris, for these. You might recall that I installed the Clark Pads bumpers on my EXN, which I love. And in this case, when I installed them, I told you that I did not use the adhesive that they provided. Instead, I opted to use Velcro, which has been working great. Two reasons I didn't want to use the adhesive. One was, well, I didn't want to put something on that I thought would be a destructive process if I had to remove the pads. And second, with the EXN, these bumpers cover the side panels a little bit. And this is a Gotway wheel. I need to be able to get into the side panels periodically. And if I glued them on, it would have just not been very pretty to have to get into the wheel. So that's why I used Velcro. But afterwards, I've talked to Chris and found out that actually this adhesive that they provide you, E6000 industrial strength adhesive, is closer to a silicone type of an adhesive rather than something more rigid like an epoxy or something like that. So apparently, from what Chris tells me, you can actually remove the pads in a non-destructive manner. It's going to take work and it's going to be messy to clean up, but you wouldn't destroy your pads or the shell in doing so. So I've decided for the Monster Pro, I'm going to glue them on. And other local riders have glued theirs on too. And in the Monster Pro, the bumpers don't cover the side panels at all. So even though if they're glued on, I can easily get into the Monster Pro afterwards. So they provide you this big tube of glue, because these bumpers are pretty massive, and a full roll of electrical tape for securing the bumpers to the shell while it dries up. I have dry fitted the bumpers on the shell just to see where they're going to be placed, and they kind of self-register on the wheel, which is nice. Now some of the bits on the edges look like they're going to be difficult to get pressed up against the shell, and I'm not too worried about that. Most of the glue I'm going to be applying will be in the big areas here. I'm not going to worry about gluing down the very edges of this. And this adhesive, again, is it dries clear, which is good, and it cleans up with acetone or citrus-based cleaner, which I don't have any of those, but I'm going to hopefully not make a mess that I need to actually clean up. Definitely don't want to get acetone around plastic. Acetone loves to eat plastic. Now we don't have to rush too much since this takes 24 hours to fully cure. I can kind of take my time. The squeeze out's not too bad. All right, well, that wasn't too bad. I got to tell you, I was a little apprehensive about doing this just because of the adhesive, but it actually didn't squeeze out too bad, too many places, and actually I just wiped off. Seemed to come off the plastic fairly easy, the big parts of squeeze out. But again, there wasn't a lot of squeeze out, and I did actually use up most of the adhesive to do this, and then just applied a liberal amount of electrical tape. It's kind of stretchy, might apply a little more, but I don't know, I think it's pretty good. Just let it sit for 24 hours and I'll see how it looks tomorrow morning. Okay, it is the next day. It's about 21 hours since I applied the adhesive on these guys. So first I wanted to show you the kickstand feature of these Clark Pads bumpers for the Monster Pro, for all the bumpers that they make, like for the EX also. These work great. Again, feels very solid, particularly for such a massive wheel like the Monster. I, again, feel fully comfortable just leaving it like this. Works great for such a monster of a wheel. I'm really happy with these bumpers. I gotta say, I think it adds something to the look of the wheel. I don't know. Definitely like them. And this adhesive, they are on here like they're never coming off. That's how it feels. Really solid. And I got to tell you, in hindsight, I had nothing to worry about in terms of the adhesive, because I learned, well, I would say about 5 hours after I had applied it, that they seemed pretty firm, and I would have felt comfortable going out for a ride like that. But the adhesive was still really slowly flowing. I had some drips, a couple drips here, maybe in the back, and I was able to still fairly easy peel the drips off. But even this morning, when I came out, there was one drip here, and it had hardened up. But it's not like rock. It was hard, and I had to pull to pull it off from the plastic. But then with my fingernail and finger, just rubbing it back and forth, I was able to remove all residue from here and a few other spots. Basically, wherever there's residue from this adhesive, you can just kind of rub it, and it'll come off. So yeah, don't have any concerns about using this, gluing these on. Even though it might be a little messy when you initially put it on, you can easily clean it up, make it as clean as you want the next day. So I'm really happy to finally have these bumpers on my Monster. Feels really secure. Now with the side pads, my side's not going to get messed up. It falls over. And of course the front and the back. And the kickstand feature again. I really like that. I'll make use of that a lot when I'm out on the road. All right, guys. Hope this was useful. And if you have a Monster Pro and you need it protected, I highly recommend these pads. I think you'll love them, and particularly if you like the look. Even if you don't care about the protection that much, I think it really makes the Monster Pro look cool. All right, talk to you later.